Okay, on my morning swim, I was trying to think of a cool way to do this, and I came up with nothing. So let's just do it. Okay, this is relationship finding experiment number 1, crowdsourcing. Okay, a bit of background information. I am single, and I'm looking for a relationship. You know, me and like a billion other people. Great. Okay, so I don't meet that many people in my everyday life because I'm always busy just doing my own projects, and it's not that I'm antisocial, it's just I don't meet that many new people, you know. So I was like, okay, let me try the internet. So if I could sum up internet dating in a sound, it would be kind of like this. Oh, and let's leave it at that. So I went on this off-grid, outdoor living kind of forum that I go to once in a while. And I was moaning about this, complaining. And so many people responded, "Oh, I'm having the exact same problem, man. Yeah, it's like, I just don't meet enough people in real life." And part of it is just that people don't meet in real life anymore after all these pandemics and stuff and, blah, blah, blah. And then online dating is all geared toward hookup culture, and it's like impossible to meet someone. So many people having the exact same problem that I'm having. Men and women, different ages, just so many different people. Now, the common thread of all these people that I was talking with was that they were all people who were very motivated to do things in real life. And this was the problem, because when you try to meet people online, you go online, you meet people who are always online because they're always there. So if I'm someone who spends most of my time in real life doing my own projects and stuff, and I want to meet someone else who also likes to do things in real life, it's just statistically unlikely that we're going to come together in the same place at the same time, even online. So I started thinking, well, okay, that means it's not just a problem that I'm some stupid loser. This is actually a wider problem for a lot of people. And I think it's a major problem because these are the kinds of people who need to come together and have kids, because we have a plethora of people coming together and raising their kids on, iPhones and tablets. We need more people who do things in real life and are hands-on to have kids, because they're the ones who are going to be the amazing parents raising the great people for the future, No offense to people who, stick their kid in front of the internet and let that raise them. I'm just saying. Okay, so I see a problem like this, and I'm an engineer, I'm a problem solver, I want to find some kind of solution. And I came up with an idea. And the idea is roughly this. I want to create maybe a website or an app. I'm not sure of the exact details. I have to work out a bunch of the details. But basically, let's say it's a website. It'll be kind of like a dating website in that you go on there and you can peruse other people's profiles. So if I'm a guy and I'm interested in a woman, I can go on this site that I'm creating, and I could peruse women's profiles and see if I can match someone, try to talk to them, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like the usual kind of thing. But then there's going to be a second function. And the second function, I can just look at anyone's profile. And I try to think of someone I might know. And it doesn't even have to be someone on the site. It can be anyone I know. And I think, is there anyone I know who matches one of these people? So maybe I come across this lady's profile, this lady Sally, and I'm like, well, Sally isn't right for me, and I'm not right for her at all. However, I know this guy Bob down the street. He'd be perfect for Sally, and I think Sally would like him too. So I write Sally a message saying, hey, I know this guy Bob. I think you guys would really hit it off. And she's like, well, I don't know. What's he like? And, I just kind of describe him a little. Maybe if he has a Facebook, I can show her a picture or whatever. Anyway, then at some point, hopefully she says, okay, let's try it. So then I go talk to Bob, and I'm like, hey, Bob, there's this girl Sally. Let me, and I do whatever to hook them up and get them together. And maybe they get together and nothing happens, or maybe they get together and something does happen. And, they start having a relationship. And then on this website, if they get together and, it's starting to work, I get some kind of incentive. Maybe I make some money for having a successful match, or something. Like some kind of incentive that's going to get people to try to match people up. And I think this could potentially work really well, because it would widen the net of people you can meet to not just the people who are online all the time. That way you could meet other people who are not online all the time. And I would want to make this website or app or whatever kind of geared toward like real connections, relationships, not just the hookup culture thing. Because there's plenty of ways to go find someone to hook up with, bars, clubs, all these, swiping dating sites or anything. So I'd want to make something where I could really connect people. Now, this is a little bit outside of my skill level in terms of coding. However, I have a friend who is like a super coder, and I actually mentioned it to him a little while ago. Don't worry, dude, I'm not going to bang down your door tomorrow saying you have to code this. I know you have some projects, but I'm going to do a few experiments, like kind of right now, just to see if it's like a viable thing, and then I'm going to bug you to help me code it. So anyway, there's no point in going to all the effort of trying to make this thing if it's just not going to work. So I need to test the viability of this concept. Like is it reasonably possible to convince people to set people up? And are people any good at that? Are people going to set up people and is this going to be horrible? Or are there people who are actually good at it and can make it work? So, and this is where we get to the embarrassing part. I'm going to use myself as the guinea pig, and someone's going to say, oh, Jaimie, you're just trying to get a girlfriend out of this. And yeah, I'm trying to get a girlfriend out of this. That would be spectacular. But if I can also make some little business that helps a lot of people connect and, does this good thing in the world, that would also be amazing. So whatever. I'm not going to explain myself anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, in a minute, I'm going to totally embarrass myself by talking about myself and what I'm looking for. And I'm going to ask if anyone watching this video can think of someone you know or know of that you can, reasonably talk to, who you think would be a good match for me, and I would be a good match for them. And in that case, talk to her, talk to me. My email address is down here, theadventurebuildermovie@gmail.com, if I remember correctly. I don't know, it's down in the description. Anyway, try to connect us. And if I can connect with someone, then I'm going to want to try to do that for 2 or 3 other people. And if at that point, if I figure if I can get a few different people connected, I'll learn enough to know how to set up this kind of site that I think would be a really useful thing in the world. Okay, so just a couple quick things. Don't send me an email saying, oh, I know this person who'd be perfect for you, Jaimie. She's this famous actress that you'll never be able to talk to. Because that's not going to be useful. Don't tell me you know someone on TV that would be perfect. Unless you actually know the person and can talk to them. Otherwise, it's useless. This is someone I could never talk to, right? All right. Oh, and I need some kind of incentive. Right. Okay. If someone out here sets me up with someone, and I meet them and it starts to go somewhere, I will do something for you. I know several people have mentioned that they love this shirt, for example. I will make you a custom shirt and custom paint it. Or give you that one even. Or if you don't care about shirts, I will build you something. If you set me up and I get some kind of relationship out of it, I will be eternally grateful, and I will do something cool for you. You can request that I make you something or whatever, okay? Hopefully for the people in this video, that will suffice for a good incentive. Although I'm going to have to figure out something that would work for just general people. But this is a good place to start. All right, now I'm going to do the embarrassing part and talk about myself. And I've wrote down some stuff here. Okay. This is about me and kind of what I'm looking for in a relationship. Okay, so first, I'm very athletic. I like to do morning exercises, and my days are generally filled with like very active things. Like I do a lot of active stuff. And if during my day I don't have enough activity, I'll do some on purpose exercise. I also eat really well. I really like to take care of my health. So I would like to be with someone who also is into exercising and eating well and all that. Okay. I also love to create things. And I build machines, I build architecture, I built this house. I cook food, I sew clothes. I mean, just the act of creating in general, drawing, painting, anything. I love to create things. Probably the thing that I most love to create is like machines, and particularly things that I don't know how to make, because then I get to learn something, and I love to learn things. So it'd be really good if I could meet someone who is either also creative in some way, or at least appreciates that in me. I'm also very goal oriented, so I'm always thinking about the future, and coming up with things I can do now to achieve some bigger goals and make my future better. And I think there's a word for this. It's something like deferred gratification. So it would be good if I could meet someone who's also goal oriented and can kind of go through some discomfort now, thinking about the deferred gratification, the good things that are going to happen in the future when we meet this goal. So that also kind of goes back to someone athletic. Like I learned a lot of this when I was doing sports. Work hard now and then things get better in the future. Oh, something that doesn't come through in my videos very much is that I'm also something of an introvert. Of course, whenever I'm doing the videos, I'm always extroverting. I'm always expressing. So I can obviously be social and loud and all that stuff. But I also do spend a lot of time in my own head, being quiet, thinking to myself, and just doing my own thing. So I totally get the whole social batteries thing, Like if I go out and socialize with people, after a while I just kind of feel like my batteries are drained, and I'm like, I think I'm done socializing now. I want to go home. And then, I love my home. I love being home. Okay, I also have a set of morals that I live by that are very important to me. Honesty, honor, courage, strength, a bunch of things. And one important thing that has to do with relationships is that I've never cheated on a girlfriend. And I've had girlfriends, and I've never cheated on one. And I think that's a really important thing. So preferably someone who's never cheated and wouldn't. So if I have a girlfriend, I'm not thinking about other women. I don't even care. In fact, I find it kind of tedious trying to meet a girl because I have other things I want to do. I would much rather be in a relationship than looking for one. So you can see that as a positive or a negative. Hopefully, the person I'm looking for would see that as a positive. Loyalty. I also do have kids. This is another one of those things that you can see as a positive or a negative. I have kids, and their mother and I are on good terms. We raise kids together, but otherwise have pretty separate lives. She has her own land and money and life, and I have my thing here. And we basically live separate lives, but we raise kids together, and we get along fine. If I'm going to the store, I'll pick stuff up for her or whatever. But we're basically like totally separate lives other than that. And I do want to have more kids. And I see it as a huge positive that I have some kids, because then when I have more kids, they will already have bigger brothers and sisters to look after them. I want to have a lot of kids. And now there'll be this little tribe that can watch out for each other. I just have this, I think it would be cool to have like a little army of kids, and they can grow up and rely on each other and be each other's best friends and watch each other's back and all that. I think that's a really important thing. So, I'm looking for someone who would want to have kids. This also does bring up an age thing. I'm 47, and that's probably a little old for a woman to be having kids. I didn't make up the biological clocks, sorry. So someone significantly younger than me, and I think that's fine. because I'm still very active and healthy. I do all the same stuff I've always done. I'm running out of hair on the top of my head, but other than that, I don't really feel any signs of aging. And in terms of age of a partner, other than wanting to have kids, I don't really have any particular age requirements. I'm more interested in someone who just has a positive attitude and all that stuff. Okay, I also live off grid, and that means a lot of different things to different people. But basically, to me, it just means that I'm not connected to any public utilities. I live on this little island in the Caribbean, actually 2 islands. This one and one right there, and I have a little bridge between them. It's so cute. Anyway, I live out in the, I live on a little island, so I'm pretty self-reliant. I have my own power system and water collection thing and all that stuff, and I love it. I love this kind of lifestyle where I spend a lot of time outdoors, and growing food and building things to make life better. I really love this lifestyle. So it would be really good to meet someone who also likes camping and being outdoors and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, I'm looking for someone who is a doer. Someone who doesn't really care about the couch. They don't want to sit around or sleep in bed all day. They want to do stuff. They want to get up and do things. Why does it look like my camera is fogging up? Is it fogging up? Hopefully not. Anyway, and general positive attitude is super important too, because I have this general positive attitude, and when I'm with someone who kind of has a negative attitude, I feel like the whole time I'm kind of dragging them along with me. But when I'm with someone who has a positive attitude, I feel like we kind of add into each other's positive attitude, and it just makes a really good vibe, really good vibes, whatever you call it. And also, I'm looking for someone who's a giver, not a taker. And I'm a giver. I'm a giver. And often givers and takers end up meeting because they kind of seem like they would fit together at the beginning, but then it gets very lopsided in a relationship. So I really need to be with another giver so that I can give my love and whatever and not have to hold back and kind of get them to give. I just want to give everything and have them give to me, and then it just works well that way. Anyway, that's the basic gist. So hopefully this wasn't too embarrassing. I embarrass myself all the time anyway. But that's the gist. So if you know someone who you think would fit that, who you think would connect well with me, let me know, let her know. See if you can connect us, and I'll do some cool thing for you, and I'll be eternally grateful. And if we get married, you're invited to the wedding. Other than that, I guess I'll shut up. I'm sure I missed like 20 things I meant to say here. Okay, that's it. All right, one important thing I probably need to say is my location. I live on a little island off the coast of Panama in the Caribbean Ocean. And I'm happy to meet someone anywhere in the world, although I do want to eventually live here. I love this place, and I want to live here. So come join me, and let's build an amazing life together. Oh, can I get some more cheese on that? Where's the cheese?